Hey guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. Priscilla here, with a little extra special edition of jewelry make with me. I don't have a segment called that. I'm just making some jewelry, but I thought I would jump in here and share what I'm doing, but also what it's for, because I decided to do a little bit of Polly's Fairy Core Challenge. And I will put all the relevant information in the description below, you guys. But Polly is currently doing a Fairy Core Challenge, and I thought it was really cute. And in her video, she said that she was inspired by my challenge to do her own challenge, and I wanted to jump in and support a little bit, but I didn't have time to do all the prompts this month, so I told her I would do like a couple if I had time. So that's what we're doing. I decided to turn it into jewelry, just for like the funsies, mostly because I just got this box from Bargain Bead Box, and the whole theme was like garden fantasy, so it had already sort of fairy-ish vibes to it. So I was like, well, perfect, it's gonna be perfect for this. So I grabbed a couple of the prompts and then put them together to make a little piece of jewelry. Yeah, I thought I would share it here with you guys. It's actually one of my first times making a linked necklace, which is where you make individual links and then stick them all together. I have not done that like in a meaningful capacity. I've done a little bit of dabbling here and there with links and stuff like that, but I haven't actually put one together completely. And it went smoother than I thought. I had a little bit of a hiccup with my vision not turning out the way I wanted it to. At the end, you guys will see that. But otherwise, it came together kind of how I wanted it to, so I'm really happy with that. I wanted it to be sort of a charm necklace and collect all those things, so I decided to put together some pieces, and then the prompts that I went for were water, which I think is sort of represented in the colors of the crystals. They're blues and a little bit of purple, but I think the deep blue colors sort of call back the water vibe, and also there's some light blue too, so we get a couple different layers of water. That's where my brain was. And then of course, crystals. I use crystals. There's a quartz crystal, there's a lapis crystal, there's crystal cut beads. So yeah, crystals. That was another prompt. And then one of the prompts was sparkle. So I made it a point to pick the sparkly stones, just so that we would have that little bit of razzle-dazzle, a little bit of sparkle in there. And then, of course, butterflies as a prompt, so I used the butterfly charms for that. And then about halfway through, I decided to make some earrings as well. So you can see I added in some extra little pieces there, and I'm just getting everything ready to assemble it. I didn't make you guys watch me do the links very often. I just made simple links. So just one loop, and then I did a loop on the bottom so we could connect them together. A more complex link would be like a wrapped link where you make the loop and then you wrap the wire around it. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to be there all day. Also, I used a very heavy gauge wire, so I used a 20 gauge wire, which is a little bit harder to wrap like that with, but it's what I had, so it's what I used. What else? The other prompts I used were fairy magic, which I wanted to like represent that with like the little flower pieces, sort of like a little touch of the fairy hanging out there. So that's why I pulled in those purple and blue flower beads, a little, I don't know, like they're like little tulip-shaped beads. But also the quartz crystals I used are like blah, 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 blah. Words are really hard. They're electroplated, which gives them sort of a rainbowy flash in the light. And so I thought that was also like a really good representation for fairy magic. And then fairy lantern was a prompt that I was thinking about, because with those little silver bead caps, they're like little flower drops. And I added in a little like crystal bicone in it to add a little like light to it. So I thought they look like little fairy lanterns, like little tiny flower buds with lights in them. So I thought that was where my brain was on fairy lantern, and I think that works. And then the last prompt was fairy moon, and I have that represented with the little silver discs, those little they're like a flower cut sort of mandala looking piece that I used to be like the connector pieces there in the middle, and then also on the earrings. So they're silver, and I think they shine like the moon, so I think that works for a fairy moon. And then with the little floral pattern, that adds to like the fairiness of it. So those are the prompts that I picked to put this together. And like I said, I made wrapped loops, and then I'm just sticking them all together and connecting them all together. I wanted to have this sort of extra tier in the middle, but then I realized that because I pulled the what's it called? What are words, you guys? I don't have the words anymore. The toggle to the front. I pulled the clasp to the front to like hang the charmy part off of. Also because it's a platinum toggle and it's really pretty. It's got like a flower pattern on it, like a little flower wreath, and then the little stick part of the toggle is also a flower. So I was like, well, this is perfect for fairy stuff. So I pulled it to the front so you can see it and it's not wasted in the back of the necklace. But once I pulled it to the front, I realized that I couldn't actually have like a middle connector part because you wouldn't be able to use the toggle for its intended purpose. But the necklace is actually long enough to like fit over your head. But like with that little middle piece, there would be some difficulty getting it over your head. So I had to like take it off and leave it out. That was like the first thing where I was like, oh, this isn't gonna work. So that was the only piece that got left behind in the process, but otherwise everything else came in together really well. I did have some issues with the length of the chain. I ended up making it too long and had to keep taking it down, but that is a common problem I have when I make jewelry, is that I guesstimate instead of measure, and then I have to go back and go, oh, that's too long, oh, that's too short, and that's something I'm pretty used to. So that's not a new experience for me, but I left it in here so you guys can see all the little fussy extra bits for it. Plus I turned the little extra bits of chain that I removed into the parts that I hung the charms from, and I really love how this came out. I think it's really cute, really sweet. I like the little charm bits in the front. I think they hang at like the right level, and I think it does have really fairy vibes. It made me appreciate this box a little bit more, because if you saw my unboxing for this box, I was not super thrilled with this box, and it's still not my favorite box. I will not lie. I spent quite a bit of time ranting and raving about it to my friends. And most of that has to do with the fact that it's very similar in color and tone to the December box we got, and I was hoping for something green because we're coming up to St. Patrick's Day, and then, you know, like spring starts next month and stuff like that. So that's what I was hoping for, and then we got this box, which was not what I was expecting. And a lot of you guys actually called it out in the comments, what I was thinking when I was opening it, but the box gives very water vibes, more than like garden vibes, and I think that's kind of what was like throwing me off a little bit, was that I wasn't picking up garden vibes from it. It was giving very aquatic, very mermaid, very like aquarium stuff. So I think maybe I'll try making it into a more water themed piece and maybe sort of reconcile some of those feelings behind it. But I was glad that I was able to use the beads in a way that gave fairy vibes as well. Because once I got this all together, I was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely a fairy necklace. So I think I hit the mark for Polly's Fairy Core. And if I have time this month, I'll try to tackle some more of the prompts, because I think it's a great challenge. I really love seeing the stuff that people have been making. It's very delightful, very whimsical. And some people have been making some really cool stuff. So I definitely recommend checking out the hashtag if you haven't already, to see all the cool things that people are making. And, you know, go jump over to Polly's page and give her a shout out, give her a hello, because she's such a sweet lady. And I think this is such a fun challenge. It's very delightful. And I've been really enjoying watching everybody put their stuff together. And I'm glad that I could participate in a little way, in a tiny way, even if I couldn't do it in a big way. And I think that's like the most important part. A lot of the comments that I get on my challenge videos and challenges and stuff like that are like, oh, I would if I had the time. I don't have the time to do this. I can't finish all the prompts, that kind of stuff, yada, da, 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 da. And that's normal. That's a very normal experience. So don't feel bad if you don't have the time to like conquer the entire challenge. I would say do what I do and do what you can. So that at least you can get some of the satisfaction, some of the joy of getting to participate. And a lot of the times, you guys, I encourage people to finish up their prompts afterwards. So the people who join my challenges and are like, oh, I ran out of time, I couldn't finish, absolutely come back to this later when you have time and finish the challenge. There's no deadline on finishing a challenge. Like there is if you want to be entered into like the giveaways, or you know, you want to be like part of the group of people that get shout outs and stuff like that. Absolutely, there's a deadline for that, but there's no deadline to just finishing it as a personal challenge. You can take all year to finish up a challenge. So if you ever feel like intimidated by challenges and you're like, I don't think I can commit to like the full 30 days or the full 7 days or however long the challenges are, don't stress yourself. Do it in your own time, because I think it's still very satisfying. And even if you don't finish all the prompts, you know, stick your little piggy toe in the piggy pond and give it a shot. Just do like what you can. Do the days that you can. So I think if I can share or impart anything with you guys in this video, I wanted to participate in this challenge, but I did not have the ability to commit to all 28 days. but I did a couple, and I feel very accomplished. I managed to put it together, so I have at least this little token, this video to look back on and be like, oh yeah, I did do this challenge. I couldn't do all the days, but I did some of this challenge, and I had a good time doing it. So again, shout out to Polly. Thank you so much for putting this challenge together. It was a lot of fun. I will probably be putting this up in my Etsy shop soon-ish, because it's not my colors. Purple is not my favorite color, so it's not staying with me. But it was a fun piece, and I really like how it came out. And I had a good time. I had a good experience with it. For the earrings, I decided to sort of play back into the charm aspect of the necklace, because the necklace has all the little charms and little dangly bits. So I wanted the earrings to also have like some echoes of that and the charming dangly bits as well. And I'll show you guys in the final look what it all looks like. So yeah, that's what we made, and I think they're really cute. They're really pretty, and they're giving me a new appreciation for these beads that I was kind of meh on when I got them. So I love that experience. I love that for myself, and I hope that maybe for some of you guys who are feeling the same way I was, maybe this gives you a new perspective on it. I think this is very fun. I think it's very whimsical. It's also very shiny and sparkly, and all the things that I would come to expect with a fairy piece. That toggle is like doing the work. It's actually really pretty, and I'm really happy that I used it as like the centerpiece of this. I had a good time. So thanks so much, Polly, for the challenge. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your faces, and I will catch you guys all in the next one. Until then, guys, happy crafting. Bye.